Hello everybody, it's Maikito. I hope everybody's having a good day and has had a good day so far. In the last video I originally planned on not making a video because there was gonna be no soccer games, but I did mention I was gonna take a look at WNBA, see if I found anything that I liked. It's a pretty small 2-game slate, but I still went through, found 2 plays that I like, so I'm making a video for WNBA. But if I do see any plays that I like, they will be in the pinned comment. When it comes to soccer, there will be no added plays for soccer. Maybe I'll throw in a money line in there because it's the EFL Cup games, which is games in the English league. It could be the first division, second division, third division. They match up against each other, so the lines could be a little difficult to read. But if I do have any added plays for WNBA, they'll be in this video, and for soccer, if I want to see something that I like, again, money line wise, they will be in this video in the pinned comment either later tonight or tomorrow. So if you do want more plays, keep an eye out for that. And then any picture you see on the screen is from the data app called Outlier. I wouldn't be able to make these WNBA videos without it. I don't watch a lot of WNBA, so that really helps a lot with the researching for this. When it comes to soccer, when I make these bets, a lot of it, yes, it's numbers wise, but also I watch the game. So it's a lot of the eye test as well. But with WNBA, it's a lot more numbers based. I try to find value where I can, and that's what I did here. In the beginning when I made these videos, we had a great hit rate. The last video or two hasn't been as well, so hopefully I can pick up the pace with my WNBA videos in this one. But then that, I'll get straight into the plays. The first play that I found that I like is Kalia Copper to go higher than 1.5 3-pointers made away from home for the Mercury, playing at the Sparks. She's averaged 1.95 3-pointers made per season, so she averages almost 2, pretty much averages 2, and she's gone over in 65% of games, but actually goes slightly up away from home, which is good for us at 67% of games, 8 out of 12, as you can see on the screen. And if you look at the misses that she had away from home, she missed against the Aces, who allowed the 4th least threes, the Mystics, who allowed the 5th least threes, Atlanta, the least, and Seattle, the 2nd least. So the 4 games away from home that she missed were against tough matchups. But now she has a good matchup against the Spark, who on average allowed the most 3-pointers made overall. They allowed the most 3-pointers, so that's good for us. Great matchup. The Mercury are favored with the -4 spread, but it's a small spread, so there's no anticipated blowout, so I expect good minutes for her. Besides, if you look at her away games last season, she actually shot better away from home last season by a much bigger margin last season. She went over in 7 out of 19 games at home, 37% hitting, all the way up to 14 out of 20 away, a 70% hit rate. So last season, 37% at home, 70% away. She shoots better away from home. It's a good line, and I like the matchup. So I like Kalia Copper to go higher than 1.5 3-pointers made. And before I get into my second play, I'll really appreciate if everybody took a second to like the video and comment as well. It's a great way to support the channel, and it just takes a second, whether it's just showing your support, whether it's suggestions. I like any type of suggestions. I'm always open to, whether it's just on the layout of the videos or just anything like that. It doesn't really matter. Any comments helps boost the video out to more people. So and if you do that, I really do appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, turn on notifications so you're notified when these videos are out. I also let y'all know in my Discord, which is free, linked in the description, that it's not a premium. I do not hide any pics. It is for those that again want to get notified when these videos go out. And it's also a good community where people post their own plays. You can post your plays, get input. People talk during the games as well, not just in WNBA, obviously soccer as well, but when NFL and NBA starts, that as well. People will bet on esports, MLB, anything you can bet on, they will bet on it. So again, a great community that I have over there. If you're interested in that, link for that in the description. And if you're not aware, I do have a YouTube membership, which is the only form of premium that I have for those that want to, 1, support the channel more, and 2, get the content out earlier. So if you're not a member, those that are already got these plays and this video before everybody else. And again, it's a great way to support the channel. So if you're interested in that, link for that is in the description. And I mentioned the picture that you see on the screen is from Outlier. You get a 7-day free trial with my link in the description. So if you're interested in that, link for that. But I really want to thank anybody and everybody who supports me in any way. The second player prop that I found that I like is Brittany Sykes to go higher than 11.5 points away from home for the Storm, going up against the Fever at their house. I know my last WNBA video, maybe it's the one before that, but I know one of the most recent ones, I took her with the same prop. But back then it was at 13.5. Now it's an 11.5. I'll get into that in a bit. But she's averaging 14.76 shots per season, and she was traded and joined midseason to the Storm, which is where she's playing now. She played with Washington. Now she's playing with the Storm. And in 8 games with the Storm so far, she's gone over in 4 out of 8 games. So 50% hit rate. And like I mentioned, her line is usually at 13.5, but her line dropped to 11.5 due to her 2 most recent games. But if you look at all 4 of her misses that she's had so far with the Storm, she missed against Atlanta, who allowed the 2nd least points, the Mercury, who allowed the 5th least points, Washington, the 6th least points, and then Dallas, who actually allows the 2nd most points, but she only played 22 minutes due to a blowout, and she shot 1 for 6 from the field at 16%. So she shot horribly, and they still managed to blow them out. So it was just 2 ways for us to get unlucky there. But now she's playing against the Fever, who allowed the 5th most points to opponents, and according to Outlier, Thankszs has gone over in her last 4 out of 5 games against teams that are bottom 5 for points allowed. Those last 3 of those 5 have been with the Storm, with the only miss being against that Dallas team, and I already explained that miss to where there was blowout and she shot horribly. But I don't expect her to shoot bad in this game. As long as she gets those shots, she will knock them down. And Seattle here are favored with a -3.5 spread, but because it's a close spread, that means that the sportsbooks don't anticipate a blowout. I don't anticipate a blowout either, especially because it's at the Fever. It's not like it's at the Storm, and it's a good line at 11.5 and a good matchup. So I'll take her again, and as Brittany Sykes to go higher than 11.5 points. Thank you everybody for watching. I can quickly go over last video's picks, which was the soccer picks. I'll go over them again anyways at my next soccer video, but quickly here if you're interested in knowing how those went. It was a 1-in-1 day. We hit the money line play, which was for -121. Sevilla to score, they came through, and Inter Milan to score at least 2. They scored 5, so they dominated that game. So we hit that play, and then I tried to do something a little different with the player props. We hit the Varela one, which was for him to shoot, but we missed on the Luca Bacchio to get a shot on target. He did the complete opposite of shooting. He had 7 chances created to where he averages only like 2 last season, if that. He went and got 7 shots assisted and did not shoot a single time. So the one time we needed him to shoot, he did not shoot a single time, let alone even getting it off target. He just didn't shoot at all. So that was just unfortunate for us, but it was a 1-in-1 day. And I mentioned in the beginning, WNBA picks were a great hit rate. Last 2 have been like 50-50, so hopefully we can pick up the pace when it comes to those WNBA videos. And then when it comes to tomorrow, I should hopefully have a video. I believe there's 1 league game, but there's also 2 League Cup games, which is when the U.S. League teams, MLS, and Liga MX teams play. I believe they're in the semifinals right now, so there's going to be a couple games for that. I'll try to get the video out as early as I can, but when it comes to these League Cup games, the games are in the afternoon at nighttime, so sometimes they don't add the plays until late the night before, or sometimes even the morning, the day of. So I'll try to see if I can post a video. I'll try to post as early as I can. I'll keep an eye out for those plays. But so I should hopefully have a video. And like I mentioned before, if I do have any added plays, they will be in this video in the pinned comment. Could add some for the EFL Cup games, which is moneyline wise, which is in the English league. So keep an eye out for that. But other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.